Next topic I will discuss solenoid. I think solenoid we have discussed in class 10th also. So same definition: a cylindrical coil of many tightly wound turns of insulated wire such that size is very small compared to the length, that is known as the solenoid. And if it is the ideal solenoid, we say length tends to infinite and radius tends to 0. Now, if in any numerical it is written air core solenoid, it means in this winding there is air inside it, and if it is iron core solenoid, in the winding of the coil there is iron core. This we will discuss in the electromagnet topic, that if a iron is placed in the coil, it will behave as the magnet. So that I will discuss later on, but you should know what is air core solenoid, what is iron core solenoid, that you should know. Now how will you determine the pole of the solenoid? Suppose I say this is the winding which is given here. There are number of coils like this. If I say these are the coils like this, I am showing only in the front face like this. Exactly the same turn which I have shown here. So you will use the right hand thumb rule. What is the rule? You curl the finger along the direction of flow of current. Suppose here you observe and you curl the finger along the direction of flow of current. Then you should observe the direction of flow of thumb. Here if you observe the direction of flow of thumb, direction of stretching the thumb, it should be toward this side. So again I am repeating, in this coil you can draw like this, you can draw like this, current is toward this side. So along the direction of flow of current, you curl all the fingers like this. Then you stretch your right hand thumb. That will give the direction of north pole. So I think it is wrong written in the diagram. You please correct it. It should be north pole, then definitely it should be south pole. So please correct it. Then same rule which I told you. How will you determine the pole? Again I will tell you, curl the finger along the direction of flow of current, stretch thumb will give the direction of north pole. Okay, and the bar magnet and solenoid are equivalent. We have discussed in junior class also. The magnetic field pattern is exactly same, either it is bar magnet or solenoid. Of course I will show you one animation also here after some time. Now I think you can easily determine, same concept is there. You will use the right hand thumb rule to determine the direction of pole. Here you will curl the finger along this side, all the finger, then all the fingers of the right hand. Then you stretch your right hand thumb, thumb will be pointing toward this side. So this side will be north pole and this side will be south pole. Okay. Okay, magnetic field outside the solenoid coil is taken 0. I think if you recall, expression for the magnetic field of a solenoid which we have discussed in earlier classes, that was mu naught Ni, where N is the number of turn per unit length. Number of turn per unit length. Firstly, I will tell you why it is important. If I say there are two solenoids, they are having same length, but in the one solenoid and other solenoid number of turn are different. So obviously it is clear that this solenoid will produce more magnetic field compared to this solenoid, because there are more coils are there. In this coil, number of coil is less. So whenever we have to speak about the solenoid, then total number of turn N is not important, and only number of turn per unit length is important, because length may be same but number of turn may be different. According to that, strength can be changed. Now I will come to the main topic, that magnetic field outside the solenoid is taken 0. First of all, I will explain the concept which we discussed in junior class, that if it is a solenoid, then of course if it is an ideal solenoid, its length should be infinitely large. Now if I draw the magnetic field pattern, it will be like this. One side north pole, another side south pole, exactly like the bar magnet. Of course they should not intersect, like this. So suppose the magnetic field pattern is like this. Okay. Now if it is very large size solenoid, because ideal solenoid means length should be very large, then of course this turning will take place from far away, and outside the solenoid you observe at this point and this point there is no magnetic field. One thing is clear to you. So outside the solenoid magnetic field is taken as 0. One more way to explain this. If I say this is one coil and current is flowing like this, and if I observe the 1 point and 2 point, okay, and if I say this is the current at point A, this is current at point B. Now all of you tell me what is the direction of magnetic field at point 1 due to A. You use the right hand thumb rule. Trace the thumb along the direction of flow of current. 8.1 magnetic field due to A element can be taken as cross. Here magnetic field due to A is taken dot. Here magnetic field due to A is taken dot. Is it clear? Now if I observe at the same point 1 magnetic field due to this element B, of course length is very large compared to size, so A and B are supposed to be at the same point, so intensity will be same at the magnitude. So if you say you apply the right hand thumb rule here, trace the thumb along the direction of flow of current, at this point magnetic field due to B will be dot. Now same in magnitude but opposite direction, it can be cancelled. Here also it is dot, and here you will observe it should be in cross direction. So here again it is 0, and finally in between the coil magnetic field due to the A and B is adding up. So we say if it is a solenoid, inside the solenoid magnetic field is uniform, but outside the solenoid magnetic field is taken as 0. Okay, so let me show it again. I think you can check it. Okay, now I will show you the animation how will you see the direction of the magnetic field in a solenoid. Of course I will discuss, but I will give you video also. All of you just observe, this is the solenoid, and along the direction of flow of current you curl your right hand fingers, then straight thumb will give the direction of magnetic field. So again I am showing you, observe it. You can say along the direction of flow of current we curl the finger, and straight thumb give the direction of magnetic field or north pole. So toward the left side there is north pole. Okay, now we have to derive the expression for the magnetic field at an axial point of a solenoid. There is a point P. It is well inside the solenoid, which is subtending angle alpha from one end and angle beta from another end. So let us derive in the next blank sheet is there, so we can derive there in proper way. So let us move to the next slide. Okay, now all of you observe it. Suppose I say this is a solenoid. This is there is a representation of the current carrying coil. If current is entering into one side, it should come out from another side. And I say this is the axis, and there is a point P where I have to calculate the magnetic field strength, such that this angle is alpha and this angle is given to me, that is beta. Okay, first of all of you will say this solenoid is made up of number of coil, and this point P is on the axis of the coil. So we assume an elemental coil at a distance x of width dx, like this. Of course radius will be exactly same as the radius of the solenoid. I say it is r. Now if I say you to write the magnetic field due to the current carrying coil at a distance x from the center of the coil, what you will say? All of you will say, due to the small elemental part, magnetic field can be written as dB equal to, you will say it is mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi in r square upon x square plus r square power 3 by 2. Okay. Now here what will be the value of the capital N, because all the things are known to us except capital N. Capital N is the number of turn. So if I say small n is number of turn per unit length, then what is the value of the capital N? You will say n into dx, because we are considering the coil whose thickness is dx. Okay. So I put the value of the capital N here. What I will get, dB equal to mu naught, let us cancelize if something is cancelling here, pi can be cancelled, 2 can also go there, so mu naught upon 2 I, n is n dx, so I write n r square then dx upon x square plus r square power 3 by 2. Now I think all of you are used to solve such type of the integration, because if you will say there are number of coil, magnetic field will be in the same direction, finally you will say B can be written as integration dB, so we will integrate it. So what we get in the integration and how will you solve the integration, just check it. So here what we will do, we can write, if this elemental angle is written as theta, then you will say tan theta can be written as x upon r. So dx will be written as r sec square theta d theta. Now we put all the values in this equation. It will be mu naught ni r square by 2. What is dx? Dx is written as r sec square theta d theta, then x square will be written as r square tan square theta plus r square power 3 by 2. Okay. Now it can be further written as mu naught ni by 2, this is r cube, this is sec square theta d theta, and when you will solve it, r square you take the common, so it is again r cube, and 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta power 3 by 2 can be written as sec cube theta. So when we solve it, we will get mu naught ni by 2 cos theta d theta. So final expression B can be written as mu naught ni by 2 integration cos theta d theta. Now we have to observe the integration limit. Here the angle is reaching up to this point, and we have discussed this angle is alpha, so limit will be taken from minus alpha to beta. Now you will solve yourself and you will get the final result that we are showing in the next slide. So this is mu naught ni by 2 sin alpha plus sin beta. B can be written as mu naught ni by 2 sin alpha plus sin beta. Okay. Now we move further.